You wake slowly, as if drifting up from a dream, and the world around you begins to take shape as ancient Rome. The morning sun filters through narrow streets, casting long shadows between tall brick buildings. You walk gently, unhurried, because there is no rush here. The day is beginning, and so is your quiet journey into how Romans found calm and comfort in their lives. The air is cool at first, but you notice something in the distance. The faint sound of running water, steady and inviting. You follow it, step by step, until you find yourself at the entrance of a Roman bathhouse. Its doors are tall, carved from heavy wood, and already other citizens move slowly inside. You breathe deeply and step forward, as though joining them. Inside, the atmosphere changes. The air is warmer, filled with the delicate smell of oils and steam. You hear the soft murmur of voices, some speaking in gentle tones, others laughing lightly. You take in the echo of sandals on stone floors, the splashing of water, the low rumble of conversation, all blending together into a peaceful rhythm. Now, before we go further, I want you to simply stay with me for a little while. Just give yourself 2 minutes, maybe 3, to let this picture settle in your mind. Stay here with the warmth, with the steam, with the calm voices of ancient Rome. If you do, you'll feel the story unfold more slowly, more deeply. You pass through the first chamber, called the apoditerium, the changing room. Here, men and women, depending on the time of day, set aside their clothing, handing it to attendants. You watch as robes are folded carefully, sandals set aside. There is no hurry, no anxiety. Everything moves at a gentle pace, as if the outside world can wait. You sense the same thing, that in this place, time stretches, and you are invited to stretch with it. Moving further, you enter the tepidarium, the warm room. The stone walls glisten with moisture, and you feel a soft heat rising up through the floor. The benches here are smooth, cool to the touch at first, then warming under your hand. Romans sit quietly, letting the gentle heat prepare them for what comes next. You sit too, allowing yourself to notice how the warmth eases your breath, slows your thoughts, and begins to melt away anything heavy you carried from outside. From here, you step into the caldarium, the hot chamber. It is steamy, mist curling around your body, wrapping you in a soft veil. A wide pool stretches before you, its surface shimmering in the glow of oil lamps. You ease yourself toward it, placing one foot, then another, into the soothing water. The heat surrounds you, lifting every bit of tension, every strain of the body. Around you, Romans soak silently, some speaking in low voices, others simply leaning back with closed eyes. You join them, and for a moment, there is nothing else but warmth and water. Imagine how the Romans must have felt, spending hours in these baths, not as luxury, but as a part of daily life. The baths were not only for cleaning the body, they were for cleansing the mind, for letting worries drift away. You too feel that sense of release, as if the steam itself is carrying away the noise of your thoughts. When the heat grows too strong, you follow the path toward the frigidarium, the cold room. Here, the pool shines with cool, clear water. You take a breath and step in, feeling a refreshing shock travel across your skin, waking every sense. It is not uncomfortable, but enlivening, like the crispness of early morning air. Romans believed this shift from hot to cold strengthened the body and cleared the spirit. As you submerge, you feel the same. Alert, awake, yet still calm. Now, as you float between these spaces, You notice how the bathhouse is more than a place of water. It is also a place of community. Around you, groups of Romans talk about politics, about trade, about philosophy. Some whisper jokes, others share gossip. And yet, it never feels rushed or harsh. The voices blend like music, creating a background hum that is steady, soothing, and timeless. Let yourself remain in this atmosphere just a little longer. 2 or 3 minutes is all it takes to feel the calmness soaking in. And while you are here, if you find yourself enjoying this slow journey, remember, you can stay connected. Subscribing, leaving a like, or even a quiet comment is your way of joining this circle, of sitting down with others in the calm of the bathhouse. It's gentle, it's simple, and it helps keep this space alive. After the baths, attendants bring oils for the body. You watch as Romans use a curved tool called a strigil to scrape away sweat and dirt, leaving the skin fresh and smooth. The scent of olive oil, sometimes mixed with herbs, fills the air. You too feel this cleansing, not only of the skin, but of the mind. Every motion is slow, intentional, like a ritual designed to carry you deeper into relaxation. The bathhouse offers more. Gardens outside where fountains trickle and birds call softly. Libraries where scrolls wait to be read in the cool shade. Small rooms where massages soothe tired muscles. You wander through them as though time no longer matters. Step by step, you discover that relaxation for the Romans was not a single act, but an entire rhythm of life. They did not simply wash, they lingered, they breathed, they shared, they renewed themselves fully. Gradually, the day outside grows brighter, but inside the bathhouse, the pace never changes. People arrive and depart, yet the atmosphere stays the same. Warm, calm, and unhurried. You realize that this was how Romans balanced their busy empire, by creating daily spaces of peace. And so you leave, stepping back into the Roman streets with your body refreshed, your mind light, and your spirit at ease. The sound of the baths lingers with you. The gentle splash of water, the soft laughter, the murmur of voices. You carry it forward, like a quiet memory that keeps your steps slow and steady. As you walk away, remember that the story has only just begun. There are many more places to visit, many more moments of Roman leisure to discover. But for now, you have given yourself the gift of 2 or 3 minutes of calm, and in that time, you have already stepped closer to the world the ancients knew. You step out of the bathhouse, the warmth still lingering on your skin, and the streets of Rome spread before you. The city is alive, yet in a strangely measured way. Stone-paved roads stretch in every direction, carrying the footsteps of merchants, travelers, and citizens. The sound of carts rolling over the stones echoes gently between tall buildings. You take a slow breath, following the flow of people who all seem to be moving toward the same place, the Forum. The Roman Forum is the heart of the city, the center of public life. As you walk closer, the space opens before you like a great stage. Tall marble columns rise against the sky. Temples stand in solemn silence, and arches frame the movements of the crowd. The morning light pours down across polished stone, glimmering faintly as if the city itself were alive. You walk slowly through the wide square, feeling the smooth stones beneath your feet. Around you, men in white togas gather in small groups, their gestures animated yet never rushed. Some speak of politics, voices rising and falling like waves. Others lean close, whispering private matters. Children chase each other between pillars, their laughter spilling into the air. The Forum is not only about business, it is about presence. To walk here, to linger here, is to be part of the life of Rome. You pause near a fountain, watching water fall steadily from the mouth of a carved figure. The sound of trickling water blends with the hum of voices, creating a soft, endless backdrop. Now, I invite you again. Just give yourself 2 or 3 minutes to remain with this scene. Imagine yourself standing here, unhurried, simply watching. The longer you let the details sink in, the more the world of Rome begins to feel like your own. A group of speakers gathers near the rostra, the raised platform where orators address the people. You drift closer, blending with the crowd. The speaker's voice rises, deep and steady, carrying across the forum. He speaks of law, of the Senate, of decisions that shape the empire, yet the people do not rush. They listen calmly, some nodding, others shaking their heads slowly. Debate here is not only politics, it is also leisure, a way of filling the morning with meaning. Nearby, merchants set up small stalls. You see baskets of figs, olives, and bread. You notice amphorae filled with wine, their clay sides cool in the shade. There are vendors selling lamps, tools, and even small figurines of gods and heroes. The air smells faintly of spices, of baked bread, of oil warmed by the sun. You wander among them, not to buy, but simply to absorb the texture of daily life. You notice that for Romans, leisure was not always about escape. Sometimes it was about being among others, sharing the rhythm of the city itself. To walk the forum was to see and to be seen, to feel part of something larger than yourself. You pause again, letting your eyes travel upward. The Senate House stands nearby, its roof gleaming in the sunlight. Temples rise with steps leading to statues of Jupiter, Juno, and other gods. You realize that the forum is not just political. It is sacred too, a space where the divine and the human meet in marble and stone. Now, gently, while you are still immersed in this calm scene, let me remind you. If you are enjoying this slow walk through history, you can stay with me by subscribing, leaving a like, or sharing a quiet comment. Just as the forum was a place for connection, this story grows stronger with your presence. As you continue wandering, you find small corners of calm. A scribe sits beneath a shaded portico, writing carefully on a wax tablet. His stylus moves slowly, the scratch of metal against wax almost like a soft song. A group of philosophers debates in another corner, their voices low, their hands moving in graceful arcs. You hear words like virtue, justice, balance, and you realize that leisure here is also about reflection. You take a seat on a low step, letting yourself simply watch. The sun climbs higher, and the forum brightens. Birds wheel above, their cries sharp yet distant. The crowd ebbs and flows, but the pace is steady, never frantic. Even when disputes rise, they fade quickly, smoothed by the rhythm of the place. You realize something important. In Rome, leisure is not separate from life. It is woven into the very fabric of the day. To walk, to listen, to observe. These are acts of rest, of belonging. You feel yourself part of it now, part of the slow turning of this ancient city. As the day continues, shadows shift across the marble. You see senators leaving the curia, their robes trailing softly behind them. Merchants pack up their goods, speaking quietly as they do. The forum never empties completely, but its energy changes, growing softer, calmer, as if breathing with the day itself. You stand once more and take a last look around. The tall columns, the shining stones, the hum of voices, all remain with you. You carry them like a memory, a gentle weight that makes your steps slower, your breath deeper. And so you leave the forum, knowing there are more scenes ahead, more moments of Roman leisure to explore. But for now, you have lingered here long enough to feel its calm, its weight, its quiet presence. You walk away slowly, unhurried, letting the story carry you onward. The sun has begun its slow climb higher, and you find yourself wandering away from the forum's marble pillars. The city stretches ahead, streets lined with shops and taverns, with open courtyards filled with life. Yet today, your steps carry you toward another kind of gathering place, one where laughter, song, and story rise into the air. The Roman theater. You follow the flow of people, men and women walking together, children tugging at their parents' hands. The crowd is steady but not hurried, for there is no need to rush. The plays will begin soon, but for now, you simply move with the tide, your sandals pressing against warm stone. The theater itself appears suddenly, its vast, curved shape rising against the skyline. Arches hold up tier after tier of seats, and you sense immediately that this is a place meant for joy, for wonder. You walk inside, guided by the same gentle current of people, until the interior opens before you. The seats spread out like a great half-moon, climbing upward in careful rows. In the center lies the stage, broad and open, framed by decorated backdrops and columns. Above, the sky itself serves as the ceiling, blue and wide, with sunlight spilling across the stone. You settle into a seat, noticing how smooth the surface feels, worn down by countless visitors before you. The murmur of the crowd surrounds you. Soft voices, bursts of laughter, the shuffle of sandals, the faint clink of jewelry. It all creates a kind of music before the performance even begins. You breathe slowly, letting yourself sink into this calm anticipation. And here, before the first lines are spoken, let me remind you gently. Stay with this scene for just 2 or 3 minutes. Let your mind rest in the stillness of the theater, in the hum of voices around you. The longer you linger, the more alive it will feel, and the more your own thoughts will soften into ease. A performer appears on the stage, clad in a brightly colored robe, a mask covering his face. The mask is exaggerated, its features bold, so that even those in the farthest seats can see its expression. The actor moves with slow, deliberate gestures, every motion amplified, every step clear. His voice rises, strong and ringing, carrying easily across the open space. The play begins, a comedy, light and playful. The actors exchange quick lines, their words sharp and witty. The crowd chuckles, some laugh aloud, but you simply watch, letting the rhythm of speech and response carry you like a wave. The laughter itself is soothing, not jarring, like ripples spreading through calm water. Romans loved theater because it allowed them to step outside their lives. For a few hours, worries faded. Politics and work could be set aside. Here, stories unfolded that brought joy, or tears, or simply the calm of watching something beautiful take shape. You too feel this release, as though the stage is a mirror where your own thoughts can rest. Soon the comedy ends, and another performance begins. This time, a tragedy. The mood changes. Actors in darker robes step onto the stage, their masks carved with sorrow. Their voices deepen, echoing like chants across the seats. The story is heavier, yet the slowness of it feels strangely calming. The measured speech, the graceful movements, the silence between words, all invite you to drift inward, into reflection. Around you, the audience sits quietly, attentive. Some lean forward, others rest their chins in their hands. Children fidget less now, lulled by the slow cadence of the performance. Even in sadness, there is comfort here, because the story belongs to everyone, and sharing it makes the burden lighter. A musician strikes a lyre, its notes delicate, weaving into the voices of the actors. The sound is soft, lingering, like threads of gold laid across the stage. You close your eyes for a moment, simply listening, and you realize that this, too, is part of Roman relaxation. Music, story, rhythm, all woven together into a tapestry of calm. Now, as the performance continues, let me gently whisper again. If this slow journey brings you peace, you can help keep it alive. A simple subscribe, a quiet like, or even a short comment is like joining this audience, sitting down among others to share the calm. It is not a demand, only an invitation, as natural as applause at the end of a play. The play concludes with silence, then with applause that rises like gentle rain. People clap, some cheer softly, and then the sound fades again. The actors bow, their robes flowing, their masks gleaming in the sun. One by one, they leave the stage, and the audience begins to rise. Yet even as they go, the calm lingers. The theater remains filled with the quiet echo of voices, of music, of shared stillness. You rise too, stretching your limbs slowly. Around you, families gather their children. Couples walk hand in hand. Friends speak in low voices about their favorite moments. The crowd flows outward, but it is not hurried. The day stretches ahead, and there is no reason to rush. As you step back into the sunlight, you feel lighter. The theater has left its mark, a gentle imprint, like the memory of a dream. You realize that for Romans, leisure was not only about comfort, but about imagination. To watch a story unfold, to share laughter and sorrow with others, was to find a kind of rest deeper than sleep. You walk away slowly, carrying the sound of voices, the rhythm of music, and the calm of shared silence. The streets of Rome open again before you, ready for the next place of leisure, the next gentle step into the rhythm of the ancient world.